Hey, what's up, guys? Here on the Far Sports Pod, where everything we got is hot. I'm your host, Zach Jackson. Here with us today is our co-host, Justin, back at it again with another episode. Here on Season 8, episode number 16, powered by StreamYard, where StreamYard makes the dream yard go. So let's get right into the show, Justin. We got one segment for you all today, and it's going to be about the NBA. Obviously, there's not a lot of sports going on. We have baseball. We have some stuff through training camp, stuff like that, but it's been pretty slow. Just little news out there here and there, but nothing crazy to be like, oh my God, we have to go over. But this one is a pretty good one because it involves 5 different NBA players, older guys that could be in a buyout situation during the season or coming at the end before the season starts. And we'll be going over where do we think these guys best fit, and as well as do they deserve to be in a buyout situation? Should they get an extension from the team that they're already on, or do they deserve it and they should go somewhere else to get where they need to go? So we're gonna start with that, and here we go. And that will be pretty much the end of the segment for us today. That would just be it. We're just gonna be going over that. So NBA buyouts. Here we go. All right. So our first name up, Justin, is Chris Middleton of the Washington Wizards. Now, what is your take on Washington having Chris Middleton? Obviously, we know he's an older veteran. Guy was played fantastic for the Bucks, won a championship with them, and then he's kind of had injuries over the last couple of years, and it's kind of fell off a little bit. He got shipped to the Wizards for Kyle Kuzma. What are your thoughts on Chris Middleton, and do you think he can make a comeback, or does he try to find somewhere else with a buyout? Where
the first thing I'm going to say has nothing to do with basketball, but this man has been looking 40 since I've seen him. I mean, that's a real skill right there.
Yeah.
but to get started, I kind of see what the Wizards are doing. It seems like they're just getting a lot of like older players that you could trade at the deadline for picks from contenders and stack picks and stack talent. At least that's what I think they're doing. And if they're not, then I don't really know what they're doing. But I don't really think they could compete right now. But I think the old veterans for half a year are going to really help the young guys like Bub Carrington and Sarr and stuff. And help the team grow. If I'm Chris, I don't know. I already got my chip. I'd rather just play out the contract and do whatever, man. I already got my chip, so it doesn't really matter if I win again. And I'm already a legend in Milwaukee, but if I still want to win before my career is up, just off the top of my head, thinking of teams that might be able to use him. Maybe a team like Detroit could use him off the bench, like a shot creator, and someone that could come in and, you know, maybe like Cade's not hitting on a certain night. He got that number 2 because I think that's what they were missing in the playoffs last year, a veteran guy that could come in and just get buckets and help Cade out. Another team I would be looking at for the MLE, I don't know. I wouldn't say the Knicks because they just got Jordan Clarkson. Maybe the Lakers, just to add like some depth to their team. And have you seen Luka? I know that's off topic, but Luka looks amazing. The Lakers are going to be good next year. They finally got a big now. Who knows with them? But maybe Dallas. Dallas would be a nice fit for.
I don't know because they already got Spencer Dinwiddie there.
They got Spencer Dinwiddie, but Spencer Dinwiddie is injury prone.
That's true, but so is Chris Middleton. I
mean, it's true, but who do you think is a better scorer, Chris Middleton or Spencer Dinwiddie? And Spencer Dinwiddie's a guard. Chris Middleton's a forward.
That's true. Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, I mean, you make some interesting points there. Obviously, from the NBA here on CBS, they did say Middleton probably doesn't. Smart's oh, wait, hold on. The obvious reason for that is that Smart had an easy landing spot at a substantial enough salary to convince him to give back significant money. Middleton probably doesn't. Smart's niche has a star defender, made it easy to convince someone in case the Lakers to pay him. Middleton's injury history probably precludes a similar outcome. If he hit the open market, he'd have a ton of interest. It would just likely be at the minimum. So a veteran minimum, like I said,
yeah, the MLE.
with I think us picking up Marcus Smart as a veteran, a point guard, a guy that plays defense. I think Chris Middleton would just add too much. I don't know. I don't think you can get into too much veteranship, but at the same time, you don't want to be like old. We have a good mix of young and old. But I mean, he's making money in Washington, $33.3 million, which is crazy.
That's why I'm like, if I'm him, if I'm Washington, we suck anyway. We might as well just let the contract ride out. He teach the young guys. Maybe we look up, get a top 3 pick next year. He can help out again, you know,
and then
like something along the lines of that. Because I think it's really gonna help the young guys.
Yeah, I think so, and I also think that I don't think he's going to be able to really help out, other than being a veteran in the locker room and stuff like that, in practice and whatever, on the bench in big time games. I don't think he's going to really help a team get to the next level because he's 34. He's decreasing. He's not as good. He's also been injury prone over the last couple of years, and he hasn't been that consistent. So I definitely think that has played a part into why he didn't really get where he wanted to go. Obviously, they traded him, but he could have requested to move somewhere else, a better squad, but that wasn't the case. But so I would say Dallas. I would have to agree with you with Dallas, depending what they do with Spencer Dinwiddie and stuff like that. Obviously, I know he's a guard, but they probably would swap if they would do anything or move him down. I don't know, but who's the backup 3?
Is it the dude that was on the Lakers? What was his name? No, Max Christie's a guard.
Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag's a starter. The 3.
Yeah, but who's their 3 and 4s?
Isaiah Likely. Not Isaiah Likely. We're talking NFL. Lively.
Derek Lively is a 5.
What about the Gafford's another 5? Don't they play 4 and 5?
Yeah, but
now
then you got Pete. So let's say they start Gaff. Let's say they. I think they're gonna start Likely this year. I think the only reason why Gafford was starting last year was because Likely was hurt. So I feel like they're probably gonna start PJ at the 4, and then Likely at the 5, which leaves Gafford.
Wait, what about Anthony Davis?
Oh, I forgot about Anthony Davis. So you got Anthony Davis, then Gafford moves down, and PJ comes off the bench, so that's a 4. And then Chris could be like your backup, like 3.
Yeah, but AD's one of the.
But then they have that. No, then they have that other.
AD would be the 4. Gafford would be the 5, or Lively would be the 5. They would put, because the whole thing why he got pissed with the Lakers is that they were putting him at the 5. He wanted to play the 4. So then you have Cooper at the 3. No, you probably have Davis at the 5, at the 4.
You got D'Lo at the 1.
D'Lo at the 1. Max Christie at the 2. Cooper Flag at the 3. PJ or Gafford at the 4. And then you have Anthony Davis at the 5, or vice versa.
Do you think Cooper Flag starts when the season starts, or do you think he comes off the bench?
No, they start him all day. I don't think it's a question. I think they start him. Because it's just the principle of him being the number 1 pick. Bro, he dropped
a lot of number 1 picks didn't start though.
Yeah, but
it's not like consensus where they have to start.
No, but like, come on, it's Cooper Flag. Like they're gonna start. It's not like.
But I mean, Jason Kidd is the coach, and he might be like, you gotta earn your starting role.
Nah, I don't think so. I think he's starting right away. I think first game they're gonna start him. We'll see. They'll see how he does. If he has a bit of an inconsistent, they might have him come off the bench to get his feet wet, get the ball rolling. But I think he's gonna come out the gate strong. I think him, D'Lo, Max Christie, PJ, Anthony Davis. That's going to be a squad there. Now, when they get Kyrie back, you got D'Lo going to the bench.
You think Max Christie is starting?
Yeah, I think he'll be the 2. Who else would be the 2?
There was another guy that they had last year. I forget his name.
Unless it's Spencer Dinwiddie.
It's not Spencer Dinwiddie. Mavs roster. Give me a sec. I'm forgetting. Najee Marshall.
Yeah, they're not. No, I'm sorry.
I like him though. He's tough.
No, he's good, but I think that you have other guys that are a little bit better that you can start.
Now I'm thinking they don't even need Chris Middleton because they got Najee Marshall, and I forgot about that. So
yeah,
they're good.
No, I think he's a good fit to stay with the Wizards.
I think he either stays with the Wizards or he goes back to Milwaukee, man, and it just ends it there on some veteran deal.
All right, that's not a bad deal. Now we go to number 2, which is CJ McCollum. He is also on the Wizards, and he got that from that trade with Jordan Poole and stuff like that. I believe that was the case. So now with him, I mean, McCollum's a little bit better. He's more consistent. He's also he's a valuable player. Still without question, a very valuable player. He averaged over 21 points on relatively efficient shooting for New Orleans. Middleton, in light of all his injuries, would be flyer for a good team. McCollum is a pretty safe bet to at least be able to contribute to a winner. The catch here is that he also is a pretty valuable as a locker room presence. The Wizards are young. They have a bunch of guards they've drafted. They're trying to develop in the building. McCollum is the president of the Players Union and pretty universally respected around the league. The Wizards might prefer to keep him around for their sake. A buyout would therefore be unlikely until the deadline at least. But from there, McCollum deserves a chance to showcase himself on a playoff team ahead of free agency next offseason. So, for me, I think this is what this is saying, is that basically he's just going to stay for this season to kind of coach up the youngins. And at the end of this season coming up, he'll move to try to get into a championship contending team. And there's a lot of teams out there that can use a backup point guard like CJ and potentially a starter depending on what happens with certain point guards. So who's the backup point guard for Golden State? Pajensky?
No, Pat Spencer.
What I would say is that because he's cool, I think he'll be fine with coming off the bench.
Who's CJ?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like if I'm CJ, I'll be looking at Charlotte. I feel like Charlotte's gonna be a playoff team.
Nah,
they're gonna be a playoff team. They're gonna be a 6 through 8 seed.
I hope you're right, but I'm sorry.
Watch, they got the pieces, man.
Hey, it's okay.
If they can stay healthy,
they got LaMelo.
They got LaMelo, but LaMelo needs somebody that's gonna keep him in check, and that's what CJ gonna do.
You're not wrong. That's a good point. I mean, like I said, but I think he stays in Washington this year, coach the youngs up, and then he transferred to a hopefully a winning squad. But Charlotte's not a bad option based on the fact that they've gotten better, they've grown, and their players are much better. They just need a veteran presence. They don't have that. So that's actually not a bad take. I'll take that. But I think he stays in what's it called? I think he stays in Washington for this year. Couple of saddest podcasts. StreamYard took TikTok off. I'm so confused on what he's saying.
He is himself.
Couple of sadness podcasts said StreamYard took TikTok off. What are you talking about? Now moving on. Like I don't know what he meant by that, but I guess maybe he's saying like to upload it. I don't know. But whatever. So now we're gonna move on to our third guy here on the list, and that's Nikola Vucevic. And that's from the Bulls. He's the big man. It feels like this guy's been here for so long. I feel like he was a Magic.
I feel like he was a Magic for much longer.
No, but it just feels like he's been there for freaking 50 years.
Nah, for me, I just remember him as like a part of that Orlando Magic team that kept going to the playoffs as an 8 seed and just kept losing.
Oh, that's even worse then, I guess.
Do you remember him on the Magic?
Yes, I remember on the Magic with Aaron Gordon and stuff like that, but
and I remember Fournier was on that.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is that why they beefing? That's weird. They probably never liked each other.
Maybe. Appreciate the likes, guys. If you guys are new here to the podcast, don't forget to drop a follow as well as a like and a share. Much appreciated. So Nikola Vucevic, I don't know. I think he's good. I think it's a good thing to keep him in Chicago. I think him being in Chicago helps out that young core. You got a veteran presence as well as a guy that can still drop 30 any given night. He's a really good big man. He can stretch the floor too, shoot the three, shoot the midi, get to the basket. A good post-up game. So I don't know. What do you think on Vucevic? Do you think he should look to seek elsewhere, or do you think the Bulls would be stupid to let him go?
I mean, if I'm the Bulls, I'm trying to trade him. But apparently the rumor was if they can't seek out a trade for him, they're just gonna buy him out. They probably want that. They probably just want that cap space, man, so that they could just whenever one of the young guys is good or blossoms, they could pay them. But maybe I don't know. Like, what team do you think would need a guy like him? Like,
you look around the league.
He's a stretch five. He's not the best defender.
No,
he's not really a rim protector. So if you get him, maybe like a team like Philly.
Couple of this podcast said Warriors.
I was thinking the Warriors.
Because they lost Looney. I think he's a better version of Looney offensively, not defensively.
Yeah, and they already struggle with. They need a rim block. They got Trace Jackson, but they need somebody else.
They don't lack in scoring, but you know what I mean. Like they lack.
They need a defender. Like if they would have got a DeAndre Ayton, that would have been good for them.
He's not the best, but he's better than Vucevic.
Yeah, they just need. They need a guy like a Miles Brown would be a good fit in Golden State. Somebody cheap, inexpensive Moses Brown. I think his name is Moses Brown. Moses Brown would be like a cheap, inexpensive big that they can pick up that can kind of protect the rim and has a post game. You know what I'm talking about, Zach?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. So a couple of this podcast said he can rebound. He can rebound and shoot. Draymond Green plays more center anyways.
But he's undersized. So you can't help the fact that Draymond's not going to be bigger than 7-foot guys, bro. I'm sorry. In the playoffs, when they play teams like the Lakers, he's not going to really do anything with Ayton. You saw how Julius Randle was bullying him?
Yeah. So, Julius Randle's a little bit better than Ayton, I would say.
I would say so too, but Ayton has a good back to the basket game and a very good post game. That's his bread and butter right there.
That's true. You're not wrong. And Draymond has a problem sometimes with guarding guys that can really do. Now, most people would say, "Well, oh, what happened with Sengun?" Well, technically, Draymond got the best of him because they won the series. And
Sengun, there was times when Sengun was going crazy, but I also am not the biggest Sengun guy, bro. He just seems not aggressive at all. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a European thing, but maybe it's not. Luka don't play like a European. Luka play like a black man. But some of them European.
I can agree with you with that.
Some of them European guys, they just mad like soft. I don't know what to say. Like when I watch Sengun play, I don't see him like.
Yeah, I know. I see what you're saying. A couple of Soto's podcast said facts. Warriors at best playing small. They just got hurt.
Well, he's talking about the playoff run?
Yeah.
I think had they would have had Steph, they would have possibly won that series, man. Because Steph just has those games where you just can't stop him.
Bro, the first game, he was going off. He had like 15 in the first 3 minutes of the game. He was going crazy, and then he got hurt, and then that was pretty much it.
I'm not the biggest Kevin Huerter guy. We could just skip this guy. No. He was on the Kings. He sold me. He sold me on a parlay, bro. No, bro. I don't like Kevin Huerter, man.
Well, we're gonna just put a quick little segment into Kevin Huerter. I'm not a big Kevin Huerter guy either. I think he's a white man trying to be a black man. That's just the way it looks like. He looks like he's trying to play. Like he's got that swag. He's got that it factor, and he's got none of it. He's a lousy loser. Sorry, Kevin Huerter. All due respect to you, you're an NBA guy, but you're a loser. Like Josh Giddey is better than you. Kobe White is better than you. Everybody on that Bulls team is almost better than you. You just can't. But and his best attribute is shooting, and sometimes when I see him shoot, there's so many other opportunities he has to shoot the ball, and sometimes he doesn't shoot. And he's a little inconsistent in some big-time games. Like, I saw him, like, sometimes this past year, he lit up, the whole Bulls team lit up the Lakers. But then in past years, when he was with the Kings folded against the Warriors in that 7-game series when Steph had like 50 or 40 to go play the Lakers in the next round. He played like shit. And he had plenty of opportunities for catch and shoot threes, wide open threes, and he just couldn't hit shit. So I definitely think that he's not the best. He is at $18 million on his salary. He's just not a feasible trade candidate unless he's just a cap number in a bigger deal. Winning teams don't have the money to match for him, given how inconsistent his last few years have been. So I didn't even know that. I didn't even read this. And I was just saying off just what I've seen and what I've heard, that he's been very inconsistent since he's left Sacramento. That no one wants to take a $18 million salary hit and bring him on the team. Now, if he was consistent, I would say, bring him to the Lakers. We need some shooters. We need more shooters. You always need more shooters around LeBron and Luka. But he sucks. So I think he stays in with the Bulls. They give him a buyout. He becomes a free agent. Some random shit team picks him up. That's pretty much it. You know what? You can bring him to Utah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the man
Let him go to
doesn't
Utah.
get
Let him go to Utah.
He looks like a Utah Jazz guy.
That's what I'm saying. He looks exactly like a Utah guy. Jordan Clarkson needed
just
to
like
get
that just like that Jake dude that you guys signed.
Oh, yeah. That guy's a Utah guy.
Jake Laveria or something?
Yeah. That guy's a Utah guy. That guy's not a Lakers. That guy's not
going to get any burn, man.
No. We were making it seem, everyone was making it seem like there's a big move. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Never even heard of him. Respectfully, I've never even heard of him. So
I already heard of him in 2K.
I think he goes to Utah, and that's pretty much it. You got anything to say, Justin?
No, I said my piece. I just don't think he's that good. He'll probably end up in the Canadian Basketball League. I don't think he's trash enough for China, but he could leave. He could end up in Europe.
Correct. All right, that was a little low.
Huh? he could.
I started laughing. That's a bit nuts.
Yeah, man, he could end up in some other league. I don't know if he's good enough for Europe. Anyway, Terry Rozier. I kind of like him. Like, he has a good game. I thought he was kind of hold out of Boston when Boston did let him go.
I think he was really good, man, in Boston.
He was really good in Boston. He gets bought out. If he does get bought out, the only problem is he's a small guard. So it's like, who really wants to pick up a small guard? I mean, maybe if you need a guy to come off and give you buckets.
No, how about this?
He had a stretch in Miami last season where he just was not playing good basketball, I think. Like,
How about Denver? Backup point guard for Jamal Murray come in here. He can give you 12 to 15 right off the bench.
That's smart. I can see Denver.
They need one. They lost Russell Westbrook.
I was thinking OKC for a sec, but then I'm like, I feel like they're going to get Russell Westbrook.
That's what I'm saying. It's been reported. I don't know. Did you see that on Twitter that Sham said that he's going? He's coming back? I saw that all over Twitter yesterday.
I didn't see that on Twitter, but I just remember Shea, he said something. He said he was talking. They had like the Legends thing. You know, the guy that reads the lips?
Yeah.
And he was saying that I'll do whatever I can to get you back here.
Yeah, to be honest, I think he's going. Look up before we get off, go on Twitter on your phone. Look up Shams, and you'll see Russell Westbrook on it. And he says he's coming back. I'm like, all right, where's this news? The news didn't break yet. So that means the trade haven't put through, or the move haven't went through, but I think he's going back there. That would be so wholesome.
The only news I'm waiting on is Ben Simmons to go to the Knicks, man.
No, that's just ass.
I want Ben Simmons, man. He's 6'10", but apparently the rumor is from Knicks insider Ian Begley that he doesn't know if he wants to play in a big market.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to screw it up like he did it with Philly, and Philly's not even a massive market. So, have you seen it?
I'm looking it up now. I'm trying to find the. I spelled Westbrook wrong. I spelled Westbroom. Let me fix that. Latest. I don't see anything.
Bro, all right. After the show, I'll send it to you. But it looks like Russell Westbrook might be going to OKC. That would be a great reunion, I think.
What you probably saw was this.
No. I saw it from Shams. Like posted on Shams' account.
He probably deleted the tweet.
I don't know. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for the podcast here on the Fire Sports Pod. Just to recap, we think Terry Rozier is going to go to Denver. I think Denver will be a good opportunity for him to come off the bench. Kevin Huerter, I think, stays with the Bulls for a buyout. Don't think he's good enough to be on any other team. CJ McCollum, we think he goes to stays on the Wizards this year and then tries to get to a championship contending team next year. Chris Middleton stays in his buyout situation with the Wizards, maybe goes to a contending team or just stays to mentor the youngins. And then who was the other guy?
Kevin Huerter.
No, we did that. Vucevic. We think Vucevic. Yeah. He's probably more suited with a team that somewhat could compete, but at the same time, probably just to help out because he's not the best defender. We were going to say the Warriors, but they kind of need a big man, so we're kind of iffy on him. But other than that, Justin, you got anything else to say? If not, we're going to head off.
Go Mets. That's the only thing.
Sure thing. All right, whatever you say. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for the podcast here in the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we got is hot. We'll see you guys all on Friday for Season 8, Episode 17. Powered by StreamYard, where StreamYard makes the dream yard go. We'll see you guys all then. Peace out. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.